Detroit Lions this Sunday, they take off against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Stuff.
Kansas City coming off 2 losses, not well for Patrick Mahomes. I can't tell you the last time they've done it. Actually, I can. It was 2023 where they had a rough go at the first 8 weeks and it looked like they were out, but then they finished and won the Super Bowl. This doesn't look like that year. Tough loss against the Jags on Monday Night Football. Anson, this is a big game. Detroit Lions 4-1 since that loss. 4-0 since that loss against the Green Bay Packers. They're now moving in the right direction. They have to go to Arrowhead where they're no strangers. 2 years ago, they got the win on opening night. What does this game look like for Anson Wells?
Kool-Aid, you want to help me out with this one?
Oh,
Yeah.
you have something prepared?
Oh, yeah.
Look at this guy.
It's a trap! It's a trap!
Anson never lets me down.
It's a trap.
Anson never lets me down.
Listen, I am 5-0. If we go back to June when we went through, it's a trap. When we went through the Lions schedule, I told you we'd lose week 1 in Green Bay. And I told you we'd go to Baltimore and we'd hand it to those Ravens. But
I said we'd be
this
5-1
team,
after 6.
we are better offensively, we are better defensively, and we're better at special teams. But this is a 2-3 Kansas City Chiefs team. And no NFL brass wants Pat Mahomes to be 2-4. In fact, you'll see some mysterious calls from the Zebras on Sunday. You'll see some strange no calls and some strange ball placements. And this team, with their back against the wall, hoping to not go 2-4, and with a little revenge in their mind, because of course Lions did go out there and beat them 21-20 a couple years ago. This is a trap. Now, I did say we'd lose this game, and I kind of feel like we are, but
Based on what? If you're going to say that, you got to give us some reasons.
based on the NFL, not based on anything I've seen from the Chiefs or from the Detroit Lions. They don't get Rashee Rice back. If a week later, maybe I'd be a little more worried about their offense. But this game just seems like Lion fans are looking past it. Like, we're better than this KC team. KC's fallen from grace. Much like we just talked about Philly being cooked, neither one of those teams are cooked. We talked about it almost every other year with Tom Brady when he was doing what he did. Tom Brady's cooked. Patriots are cooked because they were, 4-3 or something?
Yeah.
Listen, this game worries me. I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to say that we're going to lose because it's what I said to you guys back in June. That being said, my caveat, this is the best team in the NFL right now that we have here in Detroit. But this game,
No. Don't try to say that after you didn't say they're going to lose.
No, I can say
to the
that
Kansas City
because
Chiefs.
best teams still lose.
Okay.
You lose games in a year. We're going to lose 5 games this year.
not having
This
it.
is
Look at
number
his
2.
face, dog.
You heard it right here from Mr.
not having it,
Hansen.
Here we go. Let's get serious and let's get focused. You don't allow the NFL to get involved because you don't make mistakes. The teams that allow the NFL to get involved, allow the referee to make calls that influence the game, that change the game. Those are teams that fumble, make mistakes, have MAs, put themselves in position to where you can affect what the Detroit Lions do. Don't let them affect you. Be disciplined. This is going to be a game where Kelvin Shepard needs to tell his defense he needs to be dialed in. We don't need the extra, we don't need personal fouls from Brian Branch. We don't need holding from the DBs. We don't need face masks. We don't need lining up off sides from Aiden Hutchinson. All little things like that. Those are things that get you beat. Those are things that allow you to stay close to a team and then allow the refs. We don't need fumbles. This is not the game for that. This is not the game for Jared Goff to throw interceptions. This is not the game for J-Mo to drop situations that can be big plays or first downs. This is a game that you don't even allow the NFL to have a say in. So you got to be disciplined and you got to dial it in. You got to protect Jared Goff and control. I wrote myself some notes. You got to protect Jared Goff and you got to control the trenches.
No,
you have to control the trenches. On the defensive side, they've done a hell of a job so far in the middle in terms of the big guys in that middle. You got to stay with that. And Aiden is starting to get going. He's starting to feel that energy that we saw last year in the first 4 games of the season when he was on his way to you-know-what. You got to stay with that on the offensive side of the ball. We've seen the Lions be able to protect Jared Goff for the last 4 games. Had a couple lapses in there, and we understand that. But just keep him upright. If you keep him upright, if you keep the pockets clear, Jared Goff can do the rest. He's shown you that for 4 years. For 3.5, essentially, 3.5 years, you give him a clean pocket, guess what? You will have success. So they got to control the line, but it starts with being Discipline. It starts with you. Have your hands where they're supposed to be, your footwork where it's supposed to be, your technique. This is going to be one of those games. The Chiefs are bad right now. The Chiefs are struggling. You can look at what Chris Jones is doing or not doing, for lack of a better word, kind of standing out there trying to figure out why one of the best players in the league. Just looks like he doesn't care. Looks like he doesn't want to show effort. That ain't got nothing to do with the Lions. You still go in there and play your game. Don't you go in there and thinking, well, he don't care. It's going to be an easy game. They can't figure it out. Marquise Brown can't catch the ball. BS. Don't be the game. Don't be the team they figure it out on, Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the team that they figure it out on. And then remember what you did to Lamar. Because Lamar and Mahomes are similar quarterbacks. Remember what the strategy was when we went to Baltimore. We kept the lanes clear. Lamar didn't really have anywhere to go. Lamar didn't have anywhere to run. He's a similar quarterback to a Patrick Mahomes. He's waiting for those run lanes to collapse. He's rush lanes. He's waiting for the rush lanes to collapse so he can create some of that magic. He's going to make some plays because it's Patrick Mahomes. I saw a play he made against the Jags. The Joker was running to the right, flipped it back all the way across the field. He still has that in his repertoire. He's going to make some plays like that. It's okay. Great ones can make a play or two. But you stay disciplined, I guarantee you there'll be few plays. Few in between.
I think you're preaching right now.
To Hollywood,
that was nice.
Man,
it's a hell of a pass. Hell yeah,
still got it.
That's a hell of a pass. But the Jacksonville Jaguars, there was a lapse in the play. They didn't keep those rush lanes tight. You kind of lose guys. You got to follow a game. This is a game with a quarterback. You got to do a little bit extra. And I don't want to hear, well, I mean, if he's running around doing all that, somebody's getting open. Not today. It just can't happen. It's just one of those games, Kool-Aid.
No, I was going to say you're preaching right now because when we think back to some of the Lions' most catastrophic failures over the last 2.5 seasons, it comes almost synonymous with them shooting themselves in the foot. 100%. Some type of turnover, some type of weird, wacky play. Jameer Gibbs, the Vildor off the helmet.
The Jameer Gibbs.
Think about the 49ers game. The first half was near perfect. The second half,
the Commanders game. It's 5 turnovers. 5 turnovers. No matter how the Commanders play, no matter how 5 turnovers, you can't overcome that in the playoffs.
And when they have those wins that even surprise us, it's how clean they played. It's how perfect Jared Goff played. And it gives them their advantage because we used to be a fan base that saw every single bad penalty and bad play against us. We used to be a fan base that would be like, no, we didn't get the sack because they were holding. And that might have been true, but now that's still happening. We're winning. We don't complain about it. Now it's just like, and it was holding Hutch. Like, that's how it is today. And so you're 100% right. As this team has kind of taken on the identity that Dan Campbell promised from day one, like, nothing's stopping us. We don't care about the refs. And this is what I loved about his comments about it being bogus, us sitting and filming. What do you think we are, Matthew Stafford to Kirby Joseph? No, we're not sitting there talking about no game film. They want to play that, we play like that. I think he knows that his dogs are more rough and rowdy and that they are built to really last through all of this stuff, including if you miss a play on us. They don't care about that. If you miss a penalty or this, that, and the other, we still require you to get home. And that's what I ultimately love about this squad, man, and Dan Campbell pushing this thing.
Another thing I want them to do, look, and I know you can say he's old, he's not the same player, and you 100% correct. They need to punk Travis Kelce. You have to punk Travis Kelce. He is still a leader on that team. He is still everything they say about him in terms of numbers, but it's not about that. It's about the relationship and the comfortability with Patrick Mahomes. Patrick will still find him. That's his comfort. That's his out. Once he gets to cooking with Travis Kelce, then he starts to go in other places. Then he starts to get high. You punk Travis Kelce early, get him to a situation where he's crashing down on the sideline like he's doing with Andy Reid and bumping him in the chest. I can't get the ball. They're holding me there. That's how you do it. You got to get in Travis Kelce's head early, and how you do it, you're physical. You're out physical. The physicality for that defense, punk Travis Kelce early and often. That is a major for me.
But
Kelvin Shepard's that type of linebacker. They're going after Travis Kelce. I promise you. They got to punk him and get him out the game, because to get him comfortable with Mahomes, you don't want Mahomes getting comfortable at any point in this game.
No, those two haven't been comfortable together for almost a season and a half.
And you don't want it to be the game to get it sparked.
And this isn't the game you want to get the Chiefs going, the tandem going. You want to shut it down early. The 2.5 point spread on the road.
They want to shut it down early. They're tired. They're over it. He's talking about getting married and when you're getting married. And I'm watching the interview before they play against the Jaguars. Jason,
they're never getting married.
When's the wedding? I know they aren't. When's the wedding and all this? They're tired. They're over it. It's the Kansas City Chiefs has been like this reality show.
Do you think
it's been like this reality show over the past 8 years? And the reality show is coming to a halt. I think they're tired of each other. They don't want to be.
Is the NFL tired of the Chiefs? Because I had that. brought
Not
to me
winning,
by
but
a
being
bu-
around yet. Like,
Well, but so, like,
they're
you-
tired of them winning, but they're not tired of them being a team.
story.
Because at some
Remember
point,
they-
you got to have that team that you knock off for the next team to
And
come up.
remember they did that
The
to
Patriots, they got tired of
for-
them, and
for
now
years, but they would bring the
football.
Patriots
Yeah.
back a year or so later, you know.
Yeah.
And this is a down year for them, but the Lions cannot give them any breathing room on Sunday night at all.
yeah, 100%.
I was gonna say this too real quick because you were talking about dominate Travis Kelce, and it's like it's funny that that picture of him with Taylor Swift, and he's looking, his hair is like parted down.
Man,
the
funny
side
that
and
you
down.
bring up
that dude. He's
Kelsey
Steve-O
being
Baby-
dominated by Taylor because
Look,
that's their life.
You
Ooh,
see
I
it,
like
but
that.
Steve-O Baby asked this, man. Shout out to Steve-O Baby in the chat. I don't shout him out enough. He says, Kool-Aid, ask Mr. Edwards who he thinks should guard Travis Kelce, and he's probably one of your biggest fans because he says, Bray, you keep it real more than a lot of the other Lions people here, he says.
First and foremost, call me Braylon. You know what I'm saying? You call me Braylon. I appreciate that.
Edwards.
I appreciate the respect, though.
Yeah,
man.
shout out
Thank you for
Steve-O,
tuning in, man. Steve-O Baby, we appreciate you.
Mr. Edwards.
Love the name. I know where the name
A
comes
lot of
from.
our
I was a
regulars.
huge Jackass fan back in the day as well. I would double. I would double early on just to punk him. I would put Derek Barnes on him to get that physicality on him, and then I would have a safety over top. You know who that safety is. I'm rocking the jersey. Like, I'm rocking the
Is
jersey.
he going to play?
Yes. I'm
I
hopeful.
think he is.
I'm praying. I'm hopeful.
we
and
all
I'm
we're all
hopeful and I'm
praying.
praying. But I would do it too. I would do a bracket coverage. Like, I would legitimately bump him at the line of scrimmage. When I say be physical, I'm not talking about do anything dirty. I'm like Dan Campbell. We would never. But within the rules of the game, within the rules of engagement, press him at the line of scrimmage, get in his chest, get all up in there 100%, and then have a secondary member, whatever that DB is for you, whatever that safety that you want to have. But I would have two. That's what, man, that was when I got most irritated. When I would play teams who had bracket coverage, and what the bracket coverage was, they weren't trying to put one on the inside and then one deep and just kind of cover a zone and keep me. No, the job was to be physical with a big wide receiver, get him frustrated at the line of scrimmage, and then have the man over because it's a timing thing. Like, if I can't get into my route, then the timing's messed up. Now the quarterback is like, one pat, I got to go to the next read. So I would press him at the line of scrimmage, be physical, but have a guy over top early on.